Okay, so I gathered a bunch of clips, and this is the reason I took a while for doing a video, but I'm going to be ranking all of the Jasons in Friday the 13th. Except Savini. I don't have him. Sad. I was going to get it for pre-order, but didn't have time. But yeah, Savini would be ranked high, but I don't have him, so I can't really rank him because I never played him. But I would be playing him a lot if, I had him. Anyways, let me rank all of these Jasons to see which one you should be playing with to the ones that are just not even worth trying to play with. Alright, here we go with the first one. Now, the worst Jason, in my opinion, is part 5. Here's the reasons. People might be saying part 2 is the worst because, well, he has a couple bad things. Like, he has bad, grip and everything. And he has, bad shift. Bad shift is super good, by the way, in the game. He had bad shift and everything. But the only thing redeemable is his traps. You can never get any more traps unless you, waste all of them. He has a lot of traps, so you can set up your traps, and you'll have extra left over for the phone box if they do it. But other Jasons, they don't they have traps, but not as much that you would. And note to self, you can never get traps at all in the game. You can only get traps when you start the match and everything else. So number 5, just worst, because you can, one thing, you can easily knock off his mask, kill Jason easily. That's why I don't play with these kind of Jasons, but, we can roll with them. And 2, really there's not a bunch great about him. So, that's why part 2 is better in general. So, and well, his main weapon is shears, which I'm not rating kills here, but shears, they're okay. Kills, not bad. But really, it's just a bunch of things, and just this thing where they just made it. Roy Burns added to the game. Okay, well, he's human and he shouldn't really be. He should not resist shotgun shots well. So if you get knocked down and you have to press a certain button to get out of that animation, you should be really doing it longer than expected, because Roy Burns in the movie is a human, and counselors are shooting this guy with a shotgun and yet still surviving. But aside that, it's just, I don't like his character. Everything about him, his shift is okay. You just saw there, his shift is okay. Well, that's one of the good things about him. Part 2 doesn't have great shift, but yet had great traps. And yeah, both of them don't have great water speed, but you can deal with them if you don't just really play with them. So, yeah, just don't play with part 5. I can just tell you that much. And people that are new to this game, just play part 3. It's just way better in general. Number 8 spot, we got Baghead, also known as part 2 Jason. Now, other people might be saying, oh, well, Aiden, actually, part 5 is better than Baghead. You're just wrong. One, it's my opinion. 2, there's a couple of reasons why I don't like him. 1, his mask can get off easily. 2, well, just he can't shift, which that makes him a little bit bad, but not to the point where he's bad. And well, 3 is he can get stunned a little bit easily. Also, some side notes about him. Not side notes, but pros. He can actually have a lot of traps. So if you trap 2 cars, the phone box, you can also trap the Tommy thing, or the Tommy box. But here's the thing, people already probably spawn there, so it's really no point to go for the Tommy box, and you actually have to remember where those things spawn. But really, you have to have a good memory of the map. Which some maps I do, like Pack-a-Night Small, but just not every single map. He what else? He can morph pretty fast. Like he can get out of morphing. So like, if you pick somewhere to go, he'll teleport there a little bit fast. And he can run, which gives you a bonus speed, but just really with the stunning, and he can get mask knocked off easily, and he gets stunned easily, and what else? Well, here, let me think. He can actually get pretty annoying sometimes when I play against him, but not to the point where he's annoying. And his main weapon is actually a pickaxe, which is actually the best DLC kills I like, but I'm not ranking the big kills. So I might rank the kills or weapons one day, but just not. And it takes them sometimes to actually break barricaded doors faster, which he doesn't go faster. I meant it takes him a longer time to break barricaded doors, as other Jasons can just break in 3 hits or just like 4 or 5. Him takes a little bit. So that's the reason why I just don't like this Jason in general, because it takes a little bit to do a couple things, but he's pretty good all at sort. Alright, let's move on to the next Jason. In the 7th spot, we got Part 9. So what's okay about Part 9 is I'll give you that he can take a lot of hits to stun, but it requires less hit points to knock off his mask, which kind of sucks. But if you're in a lobby that people don't know how to kill Jason, you're probably fine with that. Another thing is he can shift pretty fast, which is a essential item for different Jasons to have. Like Jasons that has fast shifting, all the way it can get to B tier or higher. Let's see what else. He can't run, which is okay. Some Jasons don't really need to run in order to be fine. They just need to lower. They either need to lower deplenish stamina from survivors, injure the survivors, or like at least corner them or something. All of the sort. Or at least like trap them, like use their own trap, or your trap. But most likely you'll probably use your own trap for the cars and phone box, which means you won't have any more traps. But really, I would say if you can, trap them. But really, there's just a couple things that I talk about, like his grip strength is okay. It takes a couple more hit points, and it takes takes him a little bit to break down barricade doors, like Baghead. But without that, fine. And his main weapon's an axe, which the kills are okay. I'm just gonna keep explaining what his normal weapon is, because I changed my weapons. You can change your weapons later in a higher level, so that's why I have a different weapon. But his weapon's actually not bad, but I'll be ranking them again. I'm saying this, I'll stop saying this. I'll be ranking those weapons and kills later on during this. But yeah. Anyways, honestly, I don't really have any other things to say about Part 9. So let's move on to the next Jason. So in the 6th spot, we got Part 3 Jason. Now there's a good couple things why this Jason's actually pretty good. Is his grip strength, which takes longer for counselors to get out of his grip. So that means you can get environmental kills more easier. He has a regular amount of traps, which is perfectly fine. Regular amount of front which is okay, but for more powerful his weapon damage is actually higher, which means he can actually lower survivors into the injured state much faster. And the cons are, well, he's not the best at a couple things. While his water speed is neutral, his shifting is actually not okay, such as his stealth as well. But stealth doesn't really matter, which is pretty fine. So his cons are actually not bad. So there's really nothing to like worry about him here. His stealth is actually pretty fine. If I have to figure anything else out, his shift is actually pretty good too, which is actually not bad, which I like. So, but his regular weapon is the regular axe. If people played Friday the 13th, if they ever got in the game, first day they would know. So, yeah, but there's really not a lot to say about this Jason. It's just that's actually a pretty good Jason. But right now you're saying he can actually break down doors pretty fast. It takes like a couple of hits, which is probably the same amount as like Part 9, but really it's okay. I'm gonna say right now it's okay. Takes him a couple of hits, but you know, at least he gets done like what, 6 hits? 1, 2, 3. I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 5. So it takes him 5 hits, but you know it's pretty actually good. So there's really nothing else to say about this Jason. He's actually a pretty good Jason to play as. So if the new players, you should play as this Jason. It's actually not bad, but anytime that I run into a slasher, it's just this Jason gets annoying because his weapon strength is beyond the limit that should be surpassing. Because if you guys don't know what slashers is, slashers, all they do is just use their weapon to just keep hitting you until you die, which is annoying because it actually locks you out of using your pocket knives. And you wouldn't know until you see the Jason for yourself to see if you need like pocket knife because he can grab, or spray, or or you can actually look on the summary to see if he slashed almost everybody he found, or or he did a grab kill. So anyways, there's really nothing else to say about this Jason, so I'm just gonna move on to the next Jason, which, spoiler, it's gonna be part 4, because I had a difficult choice between this Jason or part 4, and I ultimately chose this one because it just had a little bit weaker stats. Part 4, on the other hand, is actually not bad, so we'll move on to him right now. Number 5 spot, we got part 4. Now, a couple of reasons why part 4 is bad. I'm gonna go for the bad to the good, because the good is actually pretty good. Is one, he has lower traps, which is okay. It's just I kind of feel like if he had more traps, he would be kind of overpowered. So Ilphonic and Gun Media actually did a good thing there. His shift is totally terrible, so it brings him down, but still, it makes him actually at least a playable character. And 3, his water speed is horrendous, so if you're on a big map that has a boat, I feel bad for you if they fix the boat. But he does have some pros, which one of the godly pros is he can break things so fast. He can barricade a door, 3 hits. Takes him 3 freaking hits to break. He can sprint, which actually adds a little bit of speed boost, which is fine. And I think it said for him, he has grip strength, which actually makes it to where the counselors can't hit out of your grip super fast. So just right there, that door wasn't barricaded, and it took 2 hits. So this Jason's just phenomenal all over. It's very, very good. If you ever get this Jason, his starter weapon is the pig splitter, which is basically just I don't know, it was like a butcher's knife basically. And his front knives are just the regular amount that you should get to start the game. And there's really nothing else to say about him, but this Jason all over is a very, very great Jason. There's really nothing else to say about him. Like, this Jason is very good all over. He can destroy a bunch of things as fast as he can. But I'm a little bit concerned about his friggin' traps, which it is kind of bad. But I could see why they had to like touch down his traps when he got released, because he can literally can just trap a bunch of things. Then he can just probably like slaughter everyone as fast as he can. But if there's a bunch of people with him, they can probably hunker down with him and probably get his mask off and everything. But although pretty good Jason, but you just probably got to be careful about his traps. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, let's move on to the next Jason. Now in the third spot, we're getting close to the ending, is Part 7 Jason. Honestly, he's pretty good. Weapon strength, check. He has good shifting, check. Just a couple things about him is just bad. The reason I was picking from Part 6 or Part 7, but I ultimately picked Part 7 is because he has low traps. Low traps means, well, they can actually get a couple things in, like the battery and the gas. They can get that in. And if they trigger, like, say, the phone box, if they do like a mercy kill on the phone box, there's nothing you can do about it, because ultimately if they trigger the phone box, you won't have any more traps. So you would have to, like, listen, if they like miss a skill check, or if they're like freaking Deborah or the nerd, the big nerd, if they're that, then they can easily just like fix the phone box fast. But really, they can be good things where, like, he has a good grip strength, like really good. And right now you just saw he had good shifting, where his shift goes pretty fast, so it can stop cars, it can like stop them in the track, or it can do a shift switch where if a counselor is right in front of you and if the counselor right behind you, you can go into your shift and turn around to that counselor. So that person at the front will start to freak out and lose stamina in the process. Well, the guy in the back feels like nothing's gonna happen unless you're showing up in the mini map. Then survivor in the back's gonna know, and then the survivor in the front's just not gonna freak out, which that could be bad for some things, but ultimately could be a very, very good thing. So, he's part 7 is very good, and he deserves number 3, but ultimately I had to give Part 6 second place. So, if you can guess who's in first place, you'll be happy to be delighted that it is a very great Jason. So, but anyways, I'm just talking about the next parts. I'll let you guys see for yourself, and I am right now going to the second spot, which is Part 6. So let's head over there. Alright, so number's 2 second spot is Part 6. Now, the reason I put him here is, 1, I know I talked about Farnaz being, like, bad, but it's actually pretty good for, like, injuring survivors, but pretty good. Part 6, he has ultimately okay traps because they're not positive or neutral or cons. It's just the amount that you should have at the start of the game. What else? He has good shift. I already know that it bumps him up all the way up there. His main weapon is a spear, which, in my opinion, is not great as a good weapon, but I'm going to stop talking about the main weapons. Let's figure out what else. His his morph is okay. It's in the cons, which means he's gonna teleport like less and less faster. But ultimately he is probably good. It's good sometimes. So, what else? Well, ultimately, I don't remember actually the pros. I mean, the cons, because this Jason's just super good. But, oh yes, his defense. Now, if you go into combat stance with him and hold whatever button it is to like block for PlayStation's R1, you can block incoming weapons. But sometimes you can actually get stunned. It's a rare chance, but if Jason has defense, it basically can. If he has a minus defense, he can get easily stunned. But rarely, I don't really block with this Jason because it's kind of actually not hard to dodge melee weapons, but like guns, like flare guns and shotguns, you can't block, which is unfortunate, but it's actually kind of reality. You can't block them. So you used to be able to block flares, but that wasn't actually realistic. But yeah, ultimately this Jason's actually good. He can have a lot of throwing knives at the start, which can injure a lot of survivors. Start off the game with like 2 or 3 kills right away. So, anyways, let's go to the number 1 spot of this whole game. The best Jason of the best. The best Jason, the best of the best Jasons in the game is Part 8 Jason. Now, the reason I put him on this list is because, 1, as you see right now, his water speed, his destruction, his stock. Stock doesn't matter, just makes his stock like it drains less. His water speed is phenomenal because it means that survivors, even if they go on the boats, they're still probably gonna die unless you're bad at like hitting the boats. He still has some water that he can catch up to the boats, which is fairly good. His shift is super good because he can just shift to the point where it's almost like he has his pro as shift. His traps are okay. It's just the same thing as the regular traps. His throwing knives are okay because throwing knives are just what was I say? The throwing knives are just the regular same amount that you're supposed to get. And his cons are he can't run, which just minuses some sprint speed. I think it said morphing or something. I don't remember, but this Jason is fairly one of the best because he can break doors fast. He can speed up to the boat easily, and just the stalk. Like the stalk, what you can do is you can do a fake shift where if someone goes through a window that you are like at, and you just went out of, or you went to the window and either got in the house or out of the house, you can go out of a to the left or right. You can go to like a side that the survivor can't see you through the window, and what they can do then is what you can do then is basically just put your stock on, so they think that you shifted over there. Then they're gonna go back through the window, and then you can get an easy grab to remove a pocket knife or actually kill them, which is actually not bad as you think of it, but still, it's a thing. It's a trick that mostly people that are like high ranked, like probably 50s and 60s, would probably know, but really they sometimes would fall for it too. But it depends of how good the player knows these tricks, everything. So, but altogether, his destruction is super good. He can break before. He can break what's called he can break barricaded doors fast, like very very fast, in 3 hits if I'm correct. And well, yeah, his shift is good to enough to like catch up to cars and stuff, and a bunch of things. And his mask doesn't get off easily. So that's just the reason why this Jason's so good. Like the cons, just forget about them. They just imagine they're not there. Just imagine they're not there. Just this is a Jason that actually that to me represents of like what it is like when you like have no Jason. It has all pros but no cons. Just a perfect Jason all around. So, well, that's why I think this Jason is actually very good, and you should play with this character. And yes, his main weapon is fire axe, which actually is not bad. So, but anyways, I'm gonna say this right now: if you ever get Part 8 Jason, play as him. Best Jason. Anyways, let's get to the outro. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully guys probably teach you something about Friday the 13th, or at least teach you about which Jason's the best, or talk about at least the pros and cons or something. Anyways, without further ado, it's 9 o'clock, I gotta go to bed, and you'll probably be seeing this tomorrow, tomorrow, I don't know what day it is, but tomorrow you'll be able to see this, which whatever yesterday was, today, I uploaded it. Anyways, hopefully guys, you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you find this helpful, leave a comment saying thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.